Hello everyone, welcome to Fogg's Cards and Things. Looks like we're ready to break our boxes. But before we do that, be sure to follow our Instagram and Facebook pages to get notified when we're going live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified about new videos. And join the Discord for a first look at cards before they hit eBay. But enough about that. We got boxes to break and cards to rip. So ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, let's get ripping. Hey everybody, welcome back to Fogg's Cards and Things. Today we're going to be ripping a 1991 box of Upper Deck Football. Got the Montana card featured on the front of it. We'll get a look at one of these packs before we start opening them, 2 or 3 at a time. So these are the 1991 Upper Deck 12 cards per pack. We'll get a look at the cards before we tough to open. Alright, so you get a look at the card there. It has the team featured on the front, players' names. On the back, they've got, looks like the last 5 years totals. So we'll go through this pack real quick. Let's see if there's anybody notable here. Phil Simms for the quarterback club. Steve Christie, the kicker for the Buccaneers there. Jeff George, not quite quarterback club material, but Warren Moon with the team MVP. And then Fred Stokes. So that's what the cards look like. And we're going to start going a few packs at a time. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. Follow us. Liking the video or dropping comments always helps. If you see any cards you like, by all means, shoot us a message, drop a comment. We'll see if we can't get that to you. Pepper Johnson, Charles Mann, Terry McDaniel, Gruber, Charles Haley, good defender. We'll put him in our Defenders Club over here. Anthony Carter with the team MVP. Emmett Smith, running back club. Good looking card. Star rookie Wesley Carroll. Harvey Williams, Andy Heck, Haddix, Gary Clark, Dixon, Armstrong, Randall, Howie Long, another defender that struck fear into folks. Wide receiver there, Drew Hill. Here we go. Definitely a PC of mine there. Quarterback club, Steve Young. Another one back to back. Bo Jackson. Love to see Bo Jackson. That's awesome. Aerial threats for the Rams. Todd Marinovich. He was supposed to be the next best thing. Lippett Hinton. Neil Anderson with the team MVP for the running back. John Stavins, Tippett, Ken Norton. Another Defenders Club. Reggie Roby, Childress, Jackie Slater. Not too often that offensive linemen get recognized, but he was very good for his time. First Receivers Club, we're going to throw Andre Rison in there. Star rookie, Brett Farve. It's a good looking card. Bruce Pickens, David Treadwell, and Kent Hull. But overall, not a bad pack there. Got a Bo Jackson, a Brett Favre, Steve Young. Not bad for that pack there. These packs might be put together a little tougher as far as opening them, but That beats any leaks happening or things like that, so we'll take that. Another offensive lineman. It's hard to be recognized for, but everybody knew who old Anthony Muniz was. William Perry, Refrigerator Perry. Mike Dumas on the star rookie. Bruce Smith, defensive club there. Trace Armstrong, John Roper, Sterling Sharp. Put him in the receiver club over there. Blackman, Metcalf. Dan Marino, quarterback club, team MVP at that. Agnew, Stubbs, Irving Fryer. Good receiver there for the Patriots. Chris Dishman. Bruce Smith again. Star rookie Browning Nagel. Randall Hill. Don Griffin. Fred Marion. Prime time. Very cool card. Prime time. We'll just put him over here for an insert. Henry Ellard. Good receiver from the time. Mel Gray. Mark Rippon. Pretty good career. Rodney Hampton. Kenneth Davis. Jim Everett. Don't call him Chris. Todd Light. Harvey Williams. Andy Heck. Dennis Gentry. Who did you enjoy watching when you were this age? Always fun to hear other people, you know. Some of us, most of the ones we PC'd were the ones that everyone PC'd, you know. Steve Youngs, Bo Jacksons, players like that. But it's always interesting to hear from people who followed somebody on their local team or collected them, and they either weren't popular outside the city, or maybe you knew something other people didn't. Eddie Brown, Haddocks, Mayhew, Dan McGuire, Mark McGuire's brother, Jackie Slater again, Andre Rison, different card there for old Andre, Howie Long, got him again, Drew Hill, John Roper, Trace Armstrong, Bobby Humphrey, Benny Blades, Morton Anderson, Don Griffith, Randall Hill on the star rookie, Chuck Webb, Derek Thomas. Definitely from my PC there. We'll put him right there in the front for the Chief Showcase. Irving Fryer, Chris Dishman, Van Horn Holman, John Williams, Collectors Club, Randall Cunningham. Definitely fun to watch. Lamar Lathan, Fred Barnett, Craig Hayward, definitely a great running back. Ernie Jones, Humphrey, Ken, Charles McCray, Randall McDaniel. Appreciate you stopping by, liking, subscribing, commenting. It helps us out. You see any cards that you like, anybody that you PC or teams in general, you know, shoot us a message, drop a comment. Definitely see if we can't work something out and get that card to you, that team to you. Help fellow collectors out. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. We got Kevin Mack. There we go. Football Heroes. Joe Montana. We might want to sleeve that one up. Looks like it's pretty well centered. It's a good card. Don't know if it grades out for anything, but it's a football hero. Definitely one of my favorite players to collect for sure is Joe Montana. Simon Fletcher, Donaldson, Stanley Richard, Aerial Threats, Steve DeBerg and Stephon Page, go for the Chiefs, Shane Conlon, Rathman, good running back at the time. Hayward Jeffries, good receiver at the time. Edmonds, McCants, Guy McIntyre, Hamilton, Mark Carrier, good receiver there for the Bears. Deron Cherry, our Chiefs showcase there. Harper, Nick Bell, Zorick, Mark Clayton, Phil Simms for the quarterback club. Mark Rippon, Rodney Hampton, Beckles, Brent Jones. Put him in the receivers because he was definitely a threat out there. Team MVP, Henry Ellard. Team MVP, Emmitt Smith. Very cool. Dan Marino on the collector's choice. Jerry Rice on the team MVP. Another card that looks pretty well centered. And sleeve him up also. Let's see, we got Nick Bell, Craver, Williams, Hasty, Terry McDaniel, Charles Van, Lomas Brown, Martin Bayless. We're starting to get quite a few cards here. Quite a few decent pulls. We got one Montana. Got quite a few quarterbacks. That Deion Sanders. Definitely pretty cool. Jerry Rice and Joe Montana were for sure some favorites of mine. Alright, Gash, Harper, aerial threats here for the Rams, Jim Everett and Henry Ellard, Tom Marinovich, however we say that, Reggie Roby, Ray Childress, Carl Lee, Nate Odoms, Anthony Miller. Here we go. Troy Aikman. Like to see that on the Cowboys checklist there. Mark Bortz, John Williams, Isaac Holt, checklist. Stephen Baker, Broussard, Thompson, Lockhart, Jeff George, quarterback for the Colts there. Lee Williams, Emmitt Smith again on the team MVP. Son Jones, Bobby Humphrey, Greg Townsend, David Wyman, West, Williams, Fernandez, Christian Okoye, the Nigerian Nightmare for the Chiefs. Love to see that. Ricky Waters on the star rookie. Aerial threats again for the Rams. Chet Brooks and Guy McIntyre. Appreciate it if you consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, following us if you're on Twitch. Join the Discord to get a first look at any cards that we're going to get rid of. Or just join for the community part of it. You know, it's always fun to talk to other collectors, try to help you get some cards that you're looking for or people that UPC. Definitely part of the fun of it, I think. Building a network of people. This pack's a little jacked up from the beginning here. Let's see. I'm not exactly sure what happened to this one. Eric Bieniemy. It's got a press mark on the back of it. Let's just hope we didn't get anybody too good and get messed up there. There's Charles Haley. Ken Norton. These seem to be alright. Season leader. Got a little press mark at the back, but we'll get rid of the rest of these because that just didn't feel right. Jerry Rice, that would have been a good one. Barry Sanders. Quarterback team MVP, Steve DeBerg. Martin Bayless. Brenner, Hildenberg, Keith Byers, Fred Young, Lickett, Star Rookie, and Pritchett. Little threats there. Keith Jackson and Randall Cunningham. Cortez Kennedy. Football Heroes. Rob Moore. Eric Green. Steve DeBerg on the base card. Lewis Billups. Jim Lachey. Deion Sanders on the base card. We already got his checklist. Aerial threats again for the Eagles. Herman Moore. It's a good looking rookie. EJ Jr. Steve Walsh, quarterback for the Saints. Who was your favorite player? That's really something I always like to know. I like to know who people were after, who they enjoyed collecting. Especially if it's somebody outside of the norm, you know. You don't hear of many, even people from Kansas City, that are big Steve DeBerg collectors or things like that. So, about halfway done with this box. I'd say this has been a decent box here, really. Hasn't been bad. I have another whole box of these, so I'm sure at some point we'll get to go through another box. Alright. What do we got in here? Jeff George, Collector's Choice. Randall McDaniel. Barry Sanders, Season Leaders. Ron Hall, Tippett. Gary Anderson for the Bucks. Boomer Esiason, Quarterback Club for sure. Bernie Blaze, Johnny Holland, William Refrigerator Perry. That's the second one of his we've gotten. Lamar Lathan. Frank Stams, Camilo. Jerry Rice, Team MVP. Put him down there. Herschel Walker. I definitely like that. That's a good looking card. Cornish, Dave Krieg, Harold Edmonds, Haywood Jeffries, good receiver there for the Oilers. Wow, I have such a hard time saying that. Another Herschel Walker. Wyman, Eric Metcalf, good running back for the Browns for a while. Chet Brooks with the 49ers. Aerial threats there. Herman Moore again, that star rookie card. Leslie O'Neal, good linebacker for the Chargers. Terrace Mathis, pretty fast guy. Alan Pinkett, Marshall, Ken O'Brien, McKellar, Rod Woodson on the team, MVP. Alright, let's see here. Let's take out all the packs that we got left. We got three or a few more stacks once we open them up 3 at a time. Appreciate you hanging out with us, watching this video. Definitely helps more people see us. The more people that see us, the more boxes we get to get. So definitely appreciate it. Any likes or subscriptions, follows, any of that would be awesome for us. Follow the Discord, join that. You help us out. We'll definitely look to help you out getting some cards before they hit eBay. Shoot us a message, drop a comment of who you collect, and see if we can't work something out. Got Hole there. Anthony Carter on the team MVP. Brett Perriman. Warren Moon. I always love these collector's choice checklists. Tim Green. Good defender. He's sick with ALS, I think. Checklist. Became an author. So if you have kids that like to read sports books, Tim Green would be one to look into. Marcus Allen. Love to get me a Marcus Allen. And Dupree. Thurman Thomas. Pretty good career as a running back there in Buffalo. Richard Dent. Feared defensive lineman. Roger Craig. Running back for the 49ers. Andre Reed. Looks like a snow picture there. Russell Maryland on the star rookie. Andre Rison, team MVP. Otis Anderson. Thurman Thomas again. Keith Sims. Bob Golick. Dave Krieg. I think that's the second one of him we've gotten. Star rookie Eric Swan. Alvin Harper. star rookie. Dennis Smith and Richter. Only seen one Joe Montana card on that insert. See if we can get any more of those. Or even a base card. Alright, Billy Joe Tolliver, Bruce Hill, Dan Marino, Mark Clayton on the aerial threats, Rob Carpenter, Broussard, Stephen Baker, Marshall, Pinkett, Chris Dolman, Fred Barnett, Dennis Bird, Johnny Johnson, Al Baker, Cortez Kennedy, aerial threats for the Chiefs again, Stanley Richard, Vernon, Waymer, Bob Golick again, always looking menacing, DeMonte Dawson, Frizzle, Johnny Johnson, team MVP, Derek Thomas on the team checklist, Rand Muster, Ernest Biner, Eric Bieniemy, star rookie, Pepper Johnson, Emmitt Smith, base card, Vinny Testaverde, quarterback there for the Buccaneers, Junior Seau, 2 back-to-back, very cool, Junior Seau, Barry Sanders, team MVP, Tim McGee. Alright, 2 more stacks of 3, I think. Appreciate you coming by. Like, subscribe, follow, join the Discord, hang out with us, get notified anytime we go live. Your chance to pick up some cards. Alright, let's see here. Warren Moon, team MVP. Reggie Cobb, Sam Mills, Steve Jordan, Warren Moon again on the team MVP, Seth Joyner, Cat Young, star rookie McCray, aerial threats, Warren Moon, Bruce Hill, Bruce Armstrong, Sterling Sharp on the team MVP, made it into the Hall of Fame with his brother, Albert Bentley, Odoms, Stevens, Rosier, Stephon Page. He was the one on the 2 in a row again. He was the one on this card, actually. Stephon Page and Steve DeBerg. He was the wide receiver with him. Gerald Williams and a Steve DeBerg. Ed McMillan, Collins, Andre Reed. Good receiver. I think that's the second one of him. Russell Maryland. Defensive tackle, star rookie. Fernandez, Christian Okoye again. Jesse Tuggle, Spielman, Stinson, Herschel Walker, Anthony Bentley on the team MVP. Alright, this is going to be our last stack of this break. It's going to be 4 packs. Appreciate you tuning in. The longer you hang out, the better it is for us. Definitely appreciate you coming by, spending any time that you did with us. Hopefully you can message us, drop some comments, and get some of these cards. Mose Bar, Don Griffin, Ed West, McKellar, Dino Hackett for the Chiefs. Oops. Jim Jensen, Ben Smith, Randall Cunningham base card for the Eagles. Ricky Waters, star rookie. Bart Oates, O'Brien, Richard Johnson, checklist. Keith Sims, Ronnie Lott, good defender for the 49ers. Roy Green, Pat Swilling, Bubby Brister, quarterback for the Steelers. Ricky Sanders, Hebert, Kroll, Nuga, Joe Montana on the Football Heroes. Greg Townsend on the team MVP. Humphrey, Jeff George, Simon Fletcher, Jim Arnold, Eddie Anderson, Bruce Smith, good defender for the Bills. Pepper Johnson, star rookie, Dumas, Percy Snow, Eric Green, Billups, Bentley on the MVP, Sterling Sharp again on the team MVP, Clancy Hinton, Spielman, Tuggle, Christian Okoye, Fernandez, Russell Maryland, Aerial Threats, Dolphins again, with Dan Marino and Clayton there, Gary Anderson, and Pat Lee. Appreciate you coming by, spending time with us. Drop us a comment, subscribe, follow, any of that stuff. We're going to be out of here. But again, we appreciate you coming by. Have a great day and God bless.